organized by St.
This call is
Xavier's.
now being recorded.
And it was a very interesting session on the post-pandemic, which ended at 3 o'clock. Then
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, Jayshree. Thank you. Then, I'm so afraid of Jayshree that I have to immediately charge my phone because today my computer also is misbehaving. My computer has got irritated.
No, computer is not irritated. The computer is learning through your mind the skills to be activated. So how your mind works and the computer works.
And I had to listen to paper presentations, which were very good. There was a girl from Maulana Azad University, Hyderabad. She spoke excellently on, post-pandemic literature and how to teach during these times. So it was a very learning experience for me also.
Yes, ma'am.
So Jayshree, what are going to join us?
Today, on LinkedIn, there was a article circulated by LinkedIn organizer, and it was on the post-truth classrooms in Oxford University.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be definitely sending you if it is not disappeared from there. Post-truth classrooms in Oxford University.
Please do send it. I'm supposed to give a special lecture on post-truth on the 26th. And I haven't started writing as yet because Jayshree keeps us so occupied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, ma'am, we are short of time, and we want all our veteran and emeritus professors, learned academia, to please be connected, because daily routine is so full of occupancy that the young scholars, faculty, they don't look for the advice or the some piece of consultancy they do with the veteran professors. So I think it's very necessary, for time being, you are with us.
No, the pleasure is entirely mine, except that, it's too tight back to back. And the conference that I'm talking about is the one being organized by Kanoria College. It is post-truth, and I shall just show you the brochure.
Mm-hmm.
It's post-truth, actual versus alternate reality. I shall send it to Jayshree and she can post it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
From the 25th and the 26th,
Ma'am,
organized
please,
by
please send. Please send.
I shall send it, okay?
Ma'am, may I request one of Assistant Professor Deepika Sahu to introduce you?
Oh, please, I will introduce
Please.
myself. Look, I am a student, and education is all about learning, not teaching. Every day I learn and I teach, and every day you people teach me. I did my MA like all of you, and now we are under the command of Jayshree. I think that's more than enough for all of
No,
you.
no, ma'am, please, hold on. But the point of reading your bio data is,
Oh, Berta has joined. Please,
we will talk to her also, but we want to introduce you as honorable chair, because your CV is a model for our young assistant professors to look for a good academic record and administrative record in the services. So please allow it.
Okay.
Yes, Deepika Sahu, I invite you to please read or introduce our honorable chair person.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 7th day of the present workshop of English Literary Language Studies, which is organized by BHUPAL Nobles University Udaipur, Department of English, on the theme Creative Language, Teaching Criticism, Films and Text. And here I am honored, feeling like I'm privileged to introduce our chairperson of the session, Professor Joya Chakravarty, formerly head of the English Department, Dean of Humanities, University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. And ma'am has served as Dean, Faculty of Arts from 2018 to 19 in University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. Director, School of Humanities in 2019. Professor and Head of Department of English from 2011 to 14 and Department of Education in 2018. Ma'am had served as Secretary Rajasthan University Women's Association in 1995, convener Legal Cell from 2005 to 2009, Shakti Stambh Home for Distressed Women, and Vice President of Rajasthan University of Women Association from 2019 to till now. Ma'am, you are like inspiration for us that still you are working in such a active manner that we youngsters are just we are doing nothing in front of you. So ma'am have authored the Dickinson scenario Bohra, publisher Jaipur 1997, the critical studies of Arundhati Roy's The God of Small Things, edited by Jayshree Singh and ma'am Joya Chakravarty, Indian Writing in English Perspectives, also edited by ma'am, and ma'am has received the UGC Career Award also in 2004, 2017, and she is the first person to receive award in humanities. Ma'am's research interests are women's writing, 19th century British literature, Indian writing in English, and diaspora studies. And we are like blessed that we got the chance to connect to you and to listen to you and people like you in our English society and community. You are such an inspiration for us. You are a great academician, ma'am, great educationist, and thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepika. And I am very honored that Jayshree asked me to chair this session, this entire workshop. And welcome, Berta. Berta, thank you for joining us. We
Hello.
are waiting. Hello. We are waiting to hear the story of David's further progress and to answer the questions that follow.
Ma'am,
What
I'll,
is the time, Berta, in Argentina?
Now it is nearly 10.
10 o'clock in the night.
Yes. No, no, no. In the morning.
Morning.
Okay, 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, good, good. So you're wide awake. Thank you, Berta. Thank you.
ma'am,
You're welcome.
before
Yes.
Berta, please wait.
Yes.
I would like to just throw a light on the work that you are delivering to us. Let me just say a few words, a few sentences about your work that you have been teaching to us last 3 days, and what's its objective, how it is enlightening us, how it is helping us to improve our lingua franca through films, especially David Copperfield. And you have given us a sample, a model to work ahead with the pedagogy of teaching lingua franca, which is a multi cultural, may say a link to have good communication with regard to business communication, technical writing, and all sorts of writings that we do in this English language. I would just like to say a few words in a very formal way. Professor Berta, through her e-book publication titled Learning English with Movies, David Copperfield has expanded cultural horizon by bringing lingua franca cinema to understand language of books and in films. She has been credited with the pioneer work in itself to support the teaching of modern foreign languages into films. This ebook, titled Learning English with Movies, David Copperfield, has broken down barriers and has increased living and working opportunities for young people to improve their business communication, language application, and to improve language acquisition through the exercises given to improve memory, brain power, and use of English. Professor Berta Elvira Otero, at present in Argentina, is an educator, and she has made accessible with this publication a model to face challenges of language learning and to make it interesting. So here we welcome today's honorable resource person, educationist, a very learned veteran writer, publisher, and the teacher And last but the least, the professor from the Academia of
Okay,
Learning.
I just want to add, Berta, that a 900-page novel like David Copperfield is difficult for students to read. But this 300-page account, which includes video clippings, will enable a student to retain the story because visual impact is always easier to follow. So I am very happy that Professor Berta taught us this method, and later on, my young scholar friends here can also compile their own way of reading novels by writing small anecdotes and answering questions, especially questions relating to grammar and questions that highlight the characteristics of the various characters in a novel. So, Professor Berta, we are very honored that we are also learning in the process from you. Thank you so much, and please do begin.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am very honored to be here and to help you to achieve your goals and to study English and, well, be better at English. Okay, we can continue with the second chapter, and we are going to watch the following 10 minutes. So from minute 20 to minute 30, we are going to watch the movie. So I will share my screen. Ah. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ah, yes. So Clara was having labor pains because he is about to give birth to his child, David Copperfield. So we play the movie now. No se pone.
Oh, goodness! I'm all in a tremble! I'm sure I shall die! Nonsense! What you need is tea. What's your servant's name? Peggotty. Peggotty? Do you mean to tell me that any human being has gone into a Christian church and got themselves named Peggotty?
It's my surname, Mum. Mr. Copperfield called me by it because my Christian name's Clara, same as my mistress.
Yes, well, Peggotty, fetch your mistress a strong cup of tea. Do dawdle. I have no doubt the child shall be a girl.
Perhaps a boy.
Don't contradict. I have a strong presentiment the child must be a girl. And I shall be her godmother. You will call her Betsy Trotwood Copperfield. Now, on to money matters. Has David left you properly provided for?
I have this house and its contents and a sufficient income. I think 100 a year.
That seems satisfactory. Now to my goddaughter's education.
congratulate
What?
you, Mom. A fine boy.
Speak up, can't you?
A boy.
What is the matter with the man? Why does he whisper? Oh.
A boy. What? A boy!
Impossible!
I will show you.
No, I won't hear you. A boy. Huh.
Here we are. Ah,
He shall be called David, after his dear father, David Copperfield.
Even now, when I look back on those first 9 years of my childhood, I see nothing but sunlight. Sunlight winking in the window of the parlour where my mother gives me my first lessons, or flooding the garden, glinting on her curls as she gathers fruit, riper and richer than fruit has ever been since, in any other garden. Even the old churchyard where my father lay, and where each Sunday we brought flowers in his memory, even that sad place seemed in my childish vision to be perpetually suffused in sunlight. Until the shadow fell.
Good day, Mrs. Copperfield.
Mr. Murdstone,
Good day, David. I trust I find you well, my boy.
he's shy.
She sang like an angel. Yes.
This is it.
So, goodbye, Mrs. Copperfield.
Mr. Murdstone,
Goodbye, Davy. Come, my boy. Let's be friends, hmm?
Davy?
Well, that's the wrong hand, Davy. There's a brave little fellow. Well,
Davy?
Master Davy,
Yes, Peggotty?
how should you like to go along with me and spend a fortnight at my brother's at Yarmouth? Wouldn't that be a treat?
Peggotty, is your brother an agreeable man?
That he is. And then there's the sea and the boats and the fishermen and the beach.
It'll be a treat, but what will Mama say?
Well, as good as better guinea she'll let us go.
So what's she to do with herself while we're away? She can't live on her own.
Bless you. Don't you know? She's going to stay for a fortnight with Mrs. Graper.
Mrs. Graper?
Mrs. Graper's going to have a lot of company.
Then we can go.
Yes.
Poor David. How innocent you are. How eager to leave your happy home. And poor Peggotty. I see the whole plot now. Peggotty was to be ambassadress for my mother and break the news to me during our stay in Yarmouth.
Davy, goodbye. Goodbye, Davy. Take care. Peggotty.
'Tis the finest along this coast, that's well known. Master Davy.
Yes, Peggotty.
Look, there's ham. Stop, Mr. Barkis. There's my nephew, Ham. Yoo-hoo!
Hey, there's my Aunt Clara.
Big boy, I got my Master Davy.
Hello, sir.
Oh, sweetheart, please.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Barkis.
What person walks with her?
Peggotty.
Oh, her. That's what you
Oh, no. She never had a sweetheart.
know. Never had a sweetheart. Oh, well.
Yard's our house, Master Davy.
That's a boat, ain't it?
You run on a little closer.
If it had been Aladdin's palace, I could not have been more charmed with the romantic idea of living in it. The true wonder of it was that it was a real boat that must have been upon the oceans hundreds, thousands of times.
Mr. Copperfield.
Ah,
Goodness.
sorry.
I'm falling.
The second 10 minutes are over. Now we are going to watch it again, and I will ask you some questions. For example, what do you think the level of life Clara has? Is she a poor woman or a rich woman?
Ma'am, I believe she must be a rich woman.
A rich woman, yes. How can you tell?
You see the assets and the level of comfort
Yes.
that she has. It depicts very clearly that she must be a very rich and luxurious woman.
And ma'am, also because when the lady asks her that has your husband left sufficient amount for you, so she tells that yes, she has the complete house and its contents, and she also has a decent income coming into her hand.
Yes, yes, very well, excellent. Yes, and you can see also that the first image from the furniture and all the stuff that is in the house, very rich and comfortable. Excellent. Well, we are going to continue watching, and I will pause the video in another part to ask you more questions.
Okay.
A tremble. Sarah, shut down.
Nonsense. What you need is tea. What's your servant's name?
Peggotty.
Peggotty? Do you mean to tell me that any human being has gone into a Christian church and got themselves named Peggotty?
It's my surname, Mum. Mr. Copperfield called me by it because my Christian name's Clara, same as my mistress.
Yes, well, Peggotty, that's your mistress a strong cup of tea. Don't dawdle. I have no doubt the child shall be a girl.
Perhaps a boy.
Don't contradict. I have a strong presentiment the child must be a girl. And I shall be her godmother. You will call her Betsy Trotwood Copperfield. Now, on to money matters. Has David left you properly provided for?
I have this house and its contents and a sufficient income. I think 100 a year.
That seems satisfactory. Now to my goddaughter's education.
Who is that man that arrives here?
The
Doctor.
Mr. Clip. Mr. Clip.
The doctor.
It's Mr. Chilipt. Yes, the doctor.
The doctor.
Okay.
The doctor.
What time does the clock is the clock striking? What time
12.
exactly?
Ma'am, it is midnight. Midnight.
12 midnight.
Midnight. Yes, 12 o'clock midnight. Excellent. Do you know how to say these instruments or these things that she puts into her ears?
Earlobes. Earlobes.
Ear or plugs
Ear.
also.
Earbuds. iPods. Earpods.
Okay, yes, I know it by ear plugs.
Plugs.
Cavity.
Well,
I'm happy to congratulate you, Mom. A fine boy.
speak up, can't you?
A boy.
What is the matter with the man? Why does he whisper?
Oh.
A boy. What? A boy! Impossible! I can show you.
I won't hear you. A boy.
Yes. What is the sex of the newborn?
It's a male boy. It's a boy.
Yes, yes, excellent.
He shall be called David, after his dear father, David Copperfield.
Even now, when I look back on those first 9 years of my childhood, I see nothing but sunlight. Sunlight winking in the window of the parlor where my mother gives me my first lessons, or flooding the garden, panting on her curls as she gathers fruit, riper and richer than fruit has ever been since, in any other garden. Even the old churchyard where my father lay, and where each Sunday we brought flowers in his memory, even that sad place seemed in my childish vision to be perpetually suffused in sunlight. Until the shadow fell.
Good day, Mrs. Copperfield.
Whose shade is that? Who is that man?
The next, second father of David Copperfield.
Stepfather.
Yes, exactly. Yes, very well.
Mr. Murdstone.
Good day, David. I trust I find you well, my boy.
He's shy.
She sang like an angel. Yes.
Can you imagine where they are coming from? Or yes, where were they before coming to the house?
They were in the graveyard.
Maybe the
They were in the church, I think.
church,
Yeah,
church because they
there
were
was some
singing.
place
She
where
says she was
somebody was
singing.
singing. So he
Yeah, they
said
were
Yes,
coming
the
to
singing
for
was
some place.
melodious.
So I thought it is the church, where they got married.
Okay.
yes, could be a church, and also perhaps the theater or the opera,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
people
Somewhere where
sing.
she was singing, where they were singing. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Well,
So, goodbye, Mrs. Copperfield.
Mr. Medley.
Goodbye, Davy. Come, my boy. Let's be friends. Hmm?
Davy?
Well, that's the wrong hand, Davy.
which hand does David use?
Left.
Left hand.
Left hand
Left
The
hand
left
instead of the
hand.
right one.
instead of right.
Yes.
Actually, he didn't want to shake hand with the man.
And he
Yes,
did
he
not want to
didn't.
leave his mother's hand also because it provides protection to him. He does not want to leave the sanctuary of his
That's
mother.
so very notified.
Excellent. Yes, very
You,
good.
you see, the child David has already sensed that Mr. Murdstone is not a good person. I get that in his eyes. Look at the way he looks at
Yes,
Murdstone.
yes.
Yes, yes,
He
it's
Feeling
a
of
feels
very
passion.
attractive.
he
Feeling
totally
of
feels
passion for
insecure
his
in front
mother.
of him.
Yeah, yeah.
He feels insecure. That's why he's not leaving his
Yes,
mother's hand
exactly.
because it's providing him more of warmth and security. And the vibes that he's not getting good vibes. So he needs more of security of his mother as he's
Mm.
still a youngster.
Yes, and the look of David is suspicious about that man because he
Very much
doesn't
such.
like it from the very beginning, no? Both of them doesn't like. Well, let's continue.
There's a brave little fellow. Well,
Davy? Master Davy?
Yes, Peggotty?
How should you like to go along with me and spend a fortnight at my brother's at Yarmouth?
What is Peggotty's occupation in the house?
He's
Housekeeping.
a nurse.
Yes, yes, could be
Housekeeper.
housekeeping. Yes, or
And
servant
it
also.
seems he likes her. It seems he likes her.
Yes, she is a very good woman,
Yeah.
a loving woman. Yes.
Wouldn't that be a treat?
Peggotty, is your brother an agreeable man?
That he is. And then there's the sea, and the boats, and the fishermen and the beach.
It'll be a treat. But what will my mum say?
Just you just let a guinea she'll let us go.
So what's she doing here so while we're away? She can't live on her own.
Bless you. Don't you know? She's going to stay for a fortnight with Mrs. Graper.
Mrs. Graper,
Mrs. Graper's going to have a lot of company.
then we can go.
Yes.
Poor David. How innocent. How eager to leave your happy home. And poor Peggotty. I see the whole plot now. Peggotty was to be ambassadress for my mother. Great news to me during our stay in Yarmouth.
वो चल रहा है ये कब तक चलेगा
बस थोड़ी देर तक.
David, goodbye. Goodbye, David. Take care.
Deepa, mute yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Master Davy?
What's the name of the city they are arriving?
Yarmouth.
Yarmouth.
Yarmouth. Yes, very good.
Isn't it a wonderful place, Peggotty?
'Tis the finest along this coast, that's well known.
Master Dad. Yes, Peggotty.
Stop, Mr. Marcus. There's my nephew.
Yahoo! Hey, there's my Aunt Clara.
I got my master.
Oh, sweetheart, please.
Oh no, she never had a sweetheart.
Never had a sweetheart. God's our house, Master Davy.
That's a boat, ain't it?
You run on a little closer.
If it had been Aladdin's palace, I could not have been more charmed with the romantic idea of living in it. The true wonder of it was that it was a real boat that must have been upon the oceans hundreds, thousands of times.
Mr. Copperfield.
Well, this is the end. Sorry, I'm going to share my screen with my book. Oh, no, not this one. No, sorry. Here, can you see?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we are going to read because perhaps there are some words that you couldn't understand totally well. So let's go to the chapter 2. Well, I need a narrator and characters. Mrs. Copperfield, Miss Betsy. Who can read?
Today I invite Priyanka and Navneet. Priyanka
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Navneet, please initiate.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mrs. Copperfield screams with pain. Ah.
Miss Betsy, a bit worried.
The one you named first is the narrator, Jayshree.
A narrator is Pooja. Pooja, please take the role of narrator. Is Pooja here? Dr. Dinesh, are you there? Dr. Dinesh? Anybody else? Please come forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is Deepa? Today you said just give others the chance.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
You answer the questions, okay? Anybody else, please? Priyanka, Navneet.
Yes, ma'am. I've taken up Mrs. Copperfield.
And Betsy. Who is Betsy? Who is Betsy?
Shall I take, ma'am?
What's your name?
Pooja.
Yes, Pooja. Pooja, your role is of narrator. And Navneet is Betsy. Navneet, you are Betsy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes, Berta, there are 3.
Okay. And then another one to play the role of Peggotty.
Anybody else? Deepika?
Yes, ma'am.
You play the role of Peggotty.
Then Mr. Merson, another man, could be.
Any Amar? Amar, are you there? Amar?
Yes, ma'am.
You play the role of Murdston.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
And the coachman who is Mr. Barkis.
Jyoti, are you there? Sunita? Lalita? Mala Chakravarty, are you? Who is this minor melody not official?
Yes, ma'am. This is Sushma Malaria.
Okay, you take the role of coach.
Okay, ma'am.
Mr. Barkis. And the last one, David. Who is going to be David? David Copperfield.
Anybody wants to take the role of David?
Let Jayshree be David.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, I say.
Ma'am, could we ask everyone to put off the mics, mute the mics till the turn comes? Otherwise, it's getting very disturbing.
Yes. You only put on your microphones on when you are going to read. You can mute.
Please.
Yes. The narrator is going to read the slant letters. You can begin.
Who's the narrator, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Continue. Hurry up.
Okay. To start from here. In the house, Clara begins to feel terrible pain.
Mrs. Copperfield, she screams with pain.
Miss Betsy, a bit worried. My goodness.
Mrs. Copperfield, I'm all in trouble. I'm all in a tremble. I'm sure I shall die. Cries.
Miss Betsy, nonsense. What you need is tea. He calls the maid by pulling the bell string. What's your servant's name?
Mrs. Copperfield, Peggotty.
Miss Betsy, with exasperation. Peggotty? Do you mean to tell me that any human beings gone into a Christian church and got themselves named Peggotty?
Suddenly enters the living room. It's my surname, madam. Mr. Copperfield called me by it, cause my Christian name's Clara, same as my mistress's.
Yes. Well, Peggotty, fetch your mistress a strong cup of tea. Do, dawdler.
Miss Betsy expresses her expectation while outside it is raining heavily.
And I have no doubt the child shall be a girl. She draws the
curtain.
Mrs. Copperfield, drinking a cup of tea and hesitating. Perhaps it's a boy.
He sits next to Clara, puts her feet near the fire. Don't contradict. I have the strong presentiment that the child must be a girl, and I shall be her godmother. You will call her Betsy Trotwood Copperfield. Now on to money matters. Has David left you properly provided for?
Mrs. Copperfield, I have this house and its contents, and a sufficient income, I think 100 a year.
Seems satisfactory. Now to my goddaughter's education.
At that very moment, a clap of thunder is heard. Clara has very intense labor pains. A doctor arrives at house to assist Clara while Miss Betty waits upstairs. At 12 o'clock p.m., the strokes of clock and the peal of thunder are heard very loudly. Betsy puts earplugs in her ears in order not to listen to them. A baby cry is heard, and the doctor comes down through the stairs to inform the police of the news. Doctor tries to draw Miss Betsy's attention, approaches with her.
Madam,
Miss Betsy, suddenly frightened.
Doctor, well,
I'm happy to congratulate you, ma'am. A fine boy. A fine boy.
she can't hear well because she's wearing earplugs. What? Speak up. Can't you?
A boy.
What's the matter with that man? Why does he whisper?
A boy.
The doctor makes
Sorry.
Okay.
A boy.
A doctor makes a gesture with his hand for Miss Betsy to take out her earplug.
A boy.
What? A boy? Impossible.
I do show you.
I won't hear more.
Miss Betsy gets very angry, but despite the terrible weather, she puts on her bonnet, takes the umbrella, and leaves the house. While she gets on the coach, she murmurs indignantly,
A boy. Ha.
in Clara's bedroom,
Here we are.
gives the child to the mother.
He's Mrs. Copperfield. He's beautiful. He shall be called David after his dead father, David Copperfield.
Who is
Whose
David
turn?
Amar?
Who's David?
Jayshree, you are David.
I'm David or Doctor?
You are David.
Oh my God. All right. Let me just give me the time. Even now, when I look back to those first 9 years of my childhood, I see nothing but sunlight. Sunlight winking in the window of the parlor when my mother gives me my first lessons of fondling. Is it fondling?
Flooding.
Sorry, in the garden. Printing on her curls as she gathers fruit riper and richer than fruit has ever been since in any other garden. Even the old churchyard where my father lay and where each Sunday we brought flowers in his memory, even that sad place seemed, in my childish vision, to be perpetually suffused in sunlight and light until the shadow fell.
Who is Mr. Merston?
Amar.
Ma'am, I think the narrator at first she should be approaches David and his mother in front of gesture.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Murchison approaches David and his mother in front of a gravestone.
Good day, Mrs. Copperfield.
Mr. Mudstone.
Good day, David. I trust I find you well, my boy.
He's shy.
Clara Copperfield. Okay.
She sang like an angel.
Really? Yes.
So, goodbye, Mrs. Copperfield.
David.
Acá, Clara says Miss Merston, and Mr. Merston
Yes.
says goodbye, David.
Yes. Goodbye, David. On come, my boy. Let's be friends, Ham.
He stretches his hand towards the boy.
David.
Ha ha ha.
David catches Mr. Murdstone's hand.
Mhm. Ha ha ha. 1 minute. I can't see. 1 minute. 1 minute, ma'am.
Devi.
Please, 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 ma'am.
He laughs.
Well, that's the wrong hand, Davy. He
He
is a
takes
brave
off his
little
hat and
fellow.
approaches Davy, looking into his eyes. The boy looks at him very seriously.
He is a brave little fellow.
He
Madam.
laughs. Clara approaches her son again. Clara.
Well, Clara says, Davy.
Peggotty in David's room while she is making David's bed.
Master Devi.
Yes, Peggotty.
How should you like to go along with me and spend a fortnight at my brother's at Yarmouth? Wouldn't that be a treat?
Peggotty, is your brother an enjoyable man?
Yes, he is. And then there is the sea and the boats and the fishermen and the beach.
David stands up from his rocking chair. And
It would be a treat. And what would my mom say?
I'll as good as bet a guinea. She will let us go.
So what she's to do with herself while we are away? She can't live on her own.
Peggotty sits next to
Bless
David
you.
and embraces him.
Bless you. Don't you know she's going to stay for a fortnight with Mrs. Grapper?
Mrs. Grapper?
Mrs. Grapper is going to have a lot of company.
Then we can go.
They hug each
Yes.
other with happiness.
Yes, of course.
Poor David, how innocent you were. How eager to leave your happy home. And poor Peggotty. I see the whole plot now. Peggotty was to be embarrassed for my ambassador.
Sorry.
Ambassador.
Ambassador.
For my mother and break the news to me during our stay in Yarmouth. It's so tiny little words.
Clara gives her son a farewell from the front door of the house while Davy is going to come out with Peggotty on Mr. Barty's coach.
Goodbye, Davy. Davy, goodbye. Take care.
Master Davy?
When they arrive at Yarmouth, they pass through the crowded street market.
It's been a wonderful place, Peggotty.
It's the finest of this longest coast that's well known, Master Davy.
Yes, Peggotty.
Look, there's Ham. Stop, Mr. Birkin. There is my nephew Ham. Ham,
Calls
Yahoo.
out to Peggotty.
Falta, yes, there is another character missing. I am going to be Ham. So the narrator has to read.
Acknowledges Peggotty.
Hey, it's my Aunt Clara.
She gets down the coach, house and kisses you.
Oh, Ham.
How are you? Ha ha ha.
Laughing.
My big boy. I have got my Master Davy.
Ham carries David.
Hello, sir.
Bucket. Look at Pepsi, the coach.
Who's Barkis?
Okay.
Who's Barkis?
I'll say the Barkis. No problem. I'll continue. Those sweetheart,
I beg your pardon, Mr. Barkis.
Who person walks off her?
With Pagety.
Yeah, her.
I don't know. She's never had a sweetheart.
No, never had a sweetheart. Well. Peggy and David Ham walk towards the shore where the houseboat is located. Ham carries David's trunk.
Yon's our house, Master Davy.
That's suppose, ain't it?
You are allowed to look closer.
If it had been Aladdin's
David thinking and writing.
Sorry. If it had been Aladdin's palace, I could not have been more charmed with the romantic idea of living in it. The true wonder of it was that it was a real port that must have been upon the oceans hundreds and thousands of times.
Bueno, now there is a new character which is
coming out of the houseboat and approaching David. Greets him.
Master Copperfield. Well, we have read all the script. Now it gets clearer to you. Doesn't it? We are going to read the footnotes because they are interesting. For example, when every chapter begins, here it is the link to the movie, the YouTube link. And I tell you that you have to watch from minute 10 to minute 20. Another footnotes are, for example, when Clara says, "I'm sure I shall die." Here she is using the modal verb shall, and it expresses future in the first person singular and third person plural. Bueno, this modal verb belongs, or this way of speaking, belongs to the standard British grammar. Nowadays, English speakers use will for all persons to express the future. There is another one in 36 bis. Another one, uses of wish to express for futurity, the future. Then we have here a clap of thunder. I explained that the word thunder is an uncountable noun. If we want to express a big amount or a big quantity of an uncountable noun, we use a clap or a peal of thunder. We cannot say a thunder, because it is uncountable. Now here we have a phrasal verb, speak up. It means to speak more loudly. And here, speak up, can't you? Can't you? Is a question tag used with imperatives that expresses impatient remarks. Because she was very impatient to know the sex of the newborn. Let's look at other footnotes here. Here there is the verb lay. And it is the past tense of the verb lie. People have many trouble with this verb, including English, native English speakers, because they are similar. And I will explain the difference between the verb lie and lay in the grammar section. It means This verb, to lie, means to be buried. Let's see the difference between the verb lie and lay in the grammar section. Because the present is lie and the past is lay. This is that the graveyard wasn't a sad place. He was happy all his childhood. And it says that his father lay in that graveyard. It isn't lay in the past. So to lie in the past is lay. Then we have good day, which is a formal greeting meaning good morning, and was commonly used in the 19th century, not now. Let's see the other footnotes here. 42 and 42 bis, goodbye. This is a quotation from the original book, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. In Dickens' times, greetings were written with two separate words. Nowadays, it is one word, greeting. So goodbye. We write goodbye now all together. Yes, there we have on come, which is an inverted phrasal verb to give more emphasis to the action of coming on. Instead of saying come on, it says on. He says on come. Well, then we have which is an interjection. This sound is used to express pause, hesitation, doubt, or slight confusion. How should you like? Peggotty uses should instead of would to refer to a hypothetical question and wants to sound very formal. Yes, because she asked him, how should you like to go and spend the fortnight in Yarmouth with my brother in Yarmouth? Bueno, I explain where is Yarmouth. Yarmouth or Great Yarmouth is a coastal town in Norfolk, England. It is located in the mouth of the River Yare, approximately 20 miles, 30 kilometers east of Norwich. It is a seaside resort and was a fishing port in the past. Guinea is a British gold coin taken out of circulation in 1813. It was worth 21 shillings. The pronunciation is Guinea. So what she do? And Peggotty was to be ambassadress. In these expressions, the verb to be is functioning as with the modality of obligation. Rarely used. Just the verb to be plus a verb in infinitive. What's she to do? And Peggotty was to be ambassadress. Yes. Let's see another page here, which is houseboat, a stationary boat or barge used or adapted as a home. And you don't have to confuse it with the word boathouse, which is a shelter for boats being kept. It's difficult because houseboat and boathouse, perhaps you are confused. Well, there is no, see this one, yon. Yon is the abbreviation of the preposition younger. Young se pronuncia, yon. And literary terms are found in literature. So they are formal and not colloquial. Because when I show the glossary, there are some words that are formal.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
Ma'am, you explained in the footnotes that there is this word to lie, and the past tense is to lay.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it correct that after two we have verb in the past form? Because I guess after two we have verb in the present form, not in the past form. We do
Yes,
not
let's
use
see the.
we do not use the past form of verb after two.
Yes, yes, you're right. The verb, the present or the base verb, the base form of the verb is to lie, and lay is the past.
But it is written too late. In the second line, it's written too late.
Ah, claro. Yes, because to lay is another verb.
Okay.
Yes, you lay, for example, the table. You put the plates, the cutlery, the silver cutlery, the glasses, the food on the table. You lay the table.
Okay, right.
And this is confused because lay also is the past tense of the verb lie.
Thank you.
Yes, I will explain that. I will show you because it is in the grammar section of the book. Let
Ma'am,
me
I
go.
understood. I got it.
Here, this you have the difference between the verb lie and lay. Lie, which is to be buried and to put yourself in a horizontal position. The past is lay, and the past participle is lain. And then you have a verb to lie, no, sorry, to lay is the pronunciation, to lay, which is transitive, and you lay a table. You put something on a surface, for example, a table. And the past tense is laid, and the past participle is laid. For example, you can say that hens laid eggs. For example, in a farm, hens laid eggs. Do you understand?
Or it can also be the table was laid for 10 people.
Can you repeat?
The table was laid for 10 people.
Yes, was laid in the passive voice. Yes, the table was laid
for 10 people.
For 10 people. Excellent. Yes. By the servant. You can add also.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could I get an example for too late?
To lie, for example.
No, you said we could use too lay for laying a table or something.
Yes. I
So
lay
other
the
than
table. Yes. Somebody did it. Somebody said the example, an example sentence.
I couldn't find any other sentence other than like to lay a table well is a skill. Other than that, I couldn't get any to lay. I couldn't use to and lay together. So if you could just give me an example for that.
Yes, for example, hens in a farm lay eggs. You always need an object with this verb. With the verb lay, you need an object because it is transitive. So you say, I lay the table. Let's see the examples here. Here, the past tense of lay is laid. Last week, I laid the TPS report on your desk. Oh, Mary forcefully laid her ring on the table. Yes, always you need an object because it is transitive.
Like we laid the dishes.
Yes, we laid the dishes on the sink. No, or we lay the dishes inside the cupboard. Well,
Thank you, ma'am.
yes. The workshop is going to be finished now or at in 30 minutes?
Uh, Actually, the time is over as scheduled according to the plan. Um, can't we continue next Monday with the
Yes,
same?
yes. We are going to read the glossary.
Hmm.
We are going to do the sentence completion with the words of the glossary, and we are going to ask the questions.
I request Deepika Rastogi to please convey vote of thanks to Professor Berta.
Yeah, ma'am,
Well,
sure. It's my privilege to have this opportunity. In this 7 day international workshop, we all have learnt a lot from respected dear Madam Berta Oberto. I
well,
believe that whatever we all have learnt, we didn't learn it ever before. Madam has taught us different kind of strategies and innovative tools, especially for grammar techniques, para reading, and other rhetorical devices. I, on behalf of the whole team, feeling blessed and privileged to offer my vote of thanks to dear Madam Berta. And I'm sure that we all would like to get taught by you time timely, means as ever you arrange, as ever you available. So on behalf of the whole team, all the members, I offer lots of thanks and love to you, ma'am. We all have learnt a lot, and I believe we kept on learning from you.
well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoya, madam. And I beg your phone numbers to keep in your touch so that I may learn a lot, as I am also keep on writing research papers. I'm a
Yes.
government English lecturer in school education department, but I have done the doctorate for being a to be a professor in university or college. For that purpose, I aimed to keep on writing research papers or and attending workshops and FDPs. So definitely, people like you would help me and guide me, and I will achieve your blessings and love as well.
All
Well,
the
thank you
best,
very
Deepika.
I'm
And
very honored.
and we
Very
look
honored.
forward to Berta again on Monday. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah, sure,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Have a
Thank you.
nice weekend.
See you.
We would like to
See you
meet you
on Monday.
Thank
on
you, ma'am.
Monday, ma'am.
Bye
Uh,
bye. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
one announcement, please.
Yeah.
Announcement, please. Tomorrow we have a young professor from Scotland. He's from Andrews University. He's Dr. Amritesh Singh, and he has two lectures. One tomorrow on Saturday, and then in the next week again on Saturday. So he would be most likely delivering criticism or through academic writing and through text. Okay, so please attend that.
Thank you.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Well,
Thank
See
you,
you.
ma'am.
Bye.
bye
Goodbye,
bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, Navneet.
Bye, ma'am. Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Navneet.